Hey there, we are going to discuss now division with decimals. You must have learned division of integers, which I have told in one of my other videos. Now today we are going to discuss division of decimals with decimals, okay? So if I say take a number 1.6 and you have to divide it by 5, what is the result that you will get? How will you define, or what is the value when 1.6 is divided by 5? See, we are aware that 15 divided by 5 is 3, right? 17 divided by 8 is 2.5. But what is 1.6 divided by 5? To understand this, we should know, we consider 1.6 as a big grid. We can write it as 1.60. As you know that after decimal, if you place a digit, there's a digit, and if after that digit, if you place a 0, then the value does not change at all. So basically what we are seeing is if you ignore the decimal, then we are seeing the number to be 160. So if you consider 160, if you draw a grid of 160, so this is a grid of 100 and this is a grid of 60. So 160, right? So 160, now you have to divide it into 5 equal groups. So 160 divided by 5 is how much? If you divide it by 5, what are you getting here? So it is, each grid is 20 and 12, this is 32, right? So in effect, when I say 160 divided by 5, it is 32. So when you shift the decimal from here to here, the value of this decimal is equal to, the value of this number is equal to 0.32, right? So the quotient is 0.32, right? So basically we are seeing this grid, these two grids, if you combine this, each grid is a 100 square grid. So which means each digit after decimal, so 2 places after decimal constitutes the 100th place, right? So that's why we are getting 2 digits after decimals. It's like a normal division only difference being the interpretation, right? So 0.32, where 3 is the 10th place and 2 is the 100th place, right? So we interpret this 100th place as a grid of 100 squares. Okay, so when you divide it 1.6 by 5, it is equal to 0.32, and hence the quotient is 0.32, right? So similarly, you can now, every number cannot be done like this, right? So then you understand the process of division. So if I say 3.18 divided by 6, so basically what we are doing is you divide 318 by 6 and you get 53. Now since the whole number is 318, but the original number is 3.18, so by default the decimal is here. When it shifts to the left by 2 places, so the result also will shift the decimal from the right to the left by 2 places, and hence you get the number to be 0.53. This is how you divide decimals, right? Now there can be numbers like this. Now if you get a 0.318 divided by 6, or in fact our example which you have taken, so take that example only. If I take that example, say 0.16 divided by 5, right? So you consider, you make this as a whole number till the number is divisible by 5. So what do you do? You shift the decimal to the right by 3 places and you get 160 divided by 5, which is equal to 32. But in your number, the original number was, the decimal was placed here, but now the decimal is placed here. So when you get the result 32, you again reschedule, or you again redo what you have done originally. So what you have to do is you have to shift the decimal from here to the here by 3 places, so 1, 2 and 3 places, and hence the value of this number is 0.032. So this is how you divide the decimals. Okay, so we'll learn more about these kind of lessons on various topics in our next video. Happy learning and thank you.